I've designed a lot of kitchens over the past few years, but this one is definitely the smallest one I've ever designed. This kitchen is only 64 square feet. This is my friend Matthew's kitchen, and he moved in here about 3 years ago. He was very tired with the builder cabinets, builder countertop, and all the builder finishes. I definitely wanted to give Matthew a slicker, downtown, city style kitchen for the condo because it is right downtown Toronto, and he always is thinking about resale in the future. But I also wanted to do a few things that would work really well for him right now. And one of those was choosing a color for the cabinets that's not white or your typical wood finish. We went for a gray finish. It's a medium gray. I think with the white walls and the windows, the darker cabinets isn't really a problem, and I think it's a really nice contrast. We decided to go custom because it was tricky to find cabinets that were off the shelf that would fit such a tight space, and then there's actually an angled wall by the window, and that was really hard to find things that were off the shelf. The hardware I chose is something that's very simple. I went for a stainless steel lip pull, and those get attached to the back of the cabinet and sit right on top. They're very practical, and you hardly see them, which is the point. Another nice feature was a pull-out on the left side of the cooktop for his spices and condiments. Matthew loves to bake, and having a lot of counter space is important to him. So one thing I suggested right off the bat was choosing appliances that are slightly smaller. So we were able to save 12 inches in total by choosing a 24-inch fridge and a 24-inch cooktop and oven. I went for a 2-piece cooktop and oven because it's a lot more sleek. Worrying about 12 inches in a normal kitchen wouldn't be a problem, but in a small kitchen like this, that's almost a quarter of his counter space, and that allows him to keep out his mixer or have some plates on either side of the cooktop when he's cooking. The backsplash is 2 by 20 inches, so it's long and skinny, and we were able to pick a slightly more expensive tile. This one's about $30 or $35 a square foot, but since he only needed about 12 square feet, we were able to do it for under $400. Usually when I'm doing a kitchen renovation, I often suggest changing the floor, but in this case, the tile was okay, and what I did to disguise the existing floor was add carpet tiles on top. They're from Floor. They're modular, so you can choose any pattern, combine them together, or just use one pattern, and they're easy to clean if he spills anything. We added a pair of pendants over the island, which is a nice decorative touch. What we had to do was use a track to accommodate the pendants, and you're able to buy different components for the track. And the one component we bought was a module that allows you to add your own pendant to the track. It allows you to have a completely customized track solution for any lighting application. When Matthew entertains, it's a little bit more for cocktails or a small buffet, so he doesn't need too much seating, but he did want to have a table with a bench. And what we did was buy the base. It's a cold rolled steel frame, and then he had his friend Stephen Lindsay create the tabletop out of solid walnut. And he also made the bench, which slides right under, and it's a perfect fit for a small space like this. When I was moving, I needed to store my art somewhere, so I lent this piece of art by Shane Norrie to Matthew, and we hung it over his table. I think it looks amazing there, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get it back at this point. This kitchen is a great example of thinking small. We've used a small amount of custom cabinets and European-sized appliances to maximize efficiency and storage in this space.